The city-state of Singapore is located in Southeast Asia, off the tip of the Malay Peninsula, between Malaysia to the north and Indonesia to the south, and directly on the strategically important shipping route of the Strait of Malacca. Singapore consists of a main island, also known as Pulau Ujong, and numerous smaller islands including Jurong Island, Pulau Tekong, Pulau Ubin and Sentosa, with a total area of 733 square kilometers, roughly the size of New York City. Around a quarter of the current land area has been created by land reclamation. To the north of the main island, the Strait of Johor separates Singapore from the mainland. To the south is the Singapore Strait and the Indonesian Riau Islands. Large areas of Singapore are now built up, as can be seen from the satellite image. Larger green areas that have been preserved are now protected. These include the Bukit Timah Reserve, which is also home to Singapore's highest point at around 163 meters, and the Sungai Buloh Reserve with its mangrove swamps. The climate of the city-state is tropical, and the average temperature is 28 degrees Celsius all year round. From November to January, rainfall is significantly higher due to the monsoon. Singapore is a parliamentary republic today, but has authoritarian traits. The city-state gained independence from Malaysia in 1965, mainly due to disputes over preferential treatment of ethnic groups. The national language is Malay, but English, Chinese, and Tamil are also official languages. Today, the city-state has around 5.6 million inhabitants, compared to 8.4 million in New York City, and over 1 million of these are migrant workers. Around 3/4 of the citizens and residents with permanent residence permits are ethnic Chinese. Other important ethnic groups include Malays and Indians. The religious picture is highly diversified. Around a third of citizens are Buddhists, 20% belong to no religion, just under 19% profess Christianity, and around 15% Islam. A good 8% of the population belong to Taoism and 5% to Hinduism. Singapore is, due to its rapid economic growth during the second half of the 20th century, considered one of the 4 Asian tigers. Today, it is one of the wealthiest countries in the world and has a per capita income among the highest worldwide. However, the strongly market-oriented country is also often criticized as a tax haven. Agriculture is of little importance due to the lack of space. However, tropical fruits and flowers are grown on a small scale. Otherwise, Singapore is heavily dependent on imports for its food supply. Industry accounts for around a quarter of economic output, while services dominate the city-state's economy with 3/4. Imported industries include the banking sector. Singapore is one of Asia's most important financial centers. The real estate sector. 4 out of 5 city residents live in apartments owned by the State Housing Association. Trade, including in raw materials. Singapore is an important goods hub due to its location. The pharmaceutical industry, major global players in the industry have opened branches here, and tourism. Singapore is one of the most visited countries in the world and had over 19 million international tourists in 2019, particularly many of them from countries in the region, such as China, India, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Important tourist destinations include shopping centers, for example, in the Orchard Road district, parks such as the zoo or the botanical gardens, which are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Sentosa Island, which is an important recreational area offering entertainment and beaches, among other things. The city-state has a modern and very well-developed transportation network. Changi Airport, located in the east of the main island, is an important transportation hub in Southeast Asia. There are 2 direct land connections to northern Malaysia. The Johor-Singapore Dam forms a road and rail link between the 2 countries. A second road link was completed in the 1990s. The port is the second largest in the world after Shanghai in terms of container handling, with various smaller and larger terminals, including the large port and industrial facilities at Jurong. There are also passenger terminals that offer ferry connections to neighboring Indonesian islands. The subway, known as the MRT, forms the backbone of local transportation and transports more than 3 million people every day. Numerous extensions are currently under construction, and the current 200-kilometer network is set to double in length by 2040. And that concludes my brief overview of Singapore. Thanks for watching. Until next time.